All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Washington Commanders are back in action in Ashburn this week for the second week of OTAs. That means we're seeing more Jayden Daniels, and folks, just watch this video. This is insane. His footwork, his release, the spiral, the throw. It's all perfect. Jayden Daniels is the truth. And it's so funny to me. We're going to talk about the OTAs in today's video. But it's so funny because I can see it. You guys can see it. But until he plays a live snap, all you're going to hear is, well, this is, it's not even live action. You can't even hit these guys. It's just OTAs. Stop hyping up OTAs. And then we're going to get into the preseason, and you're going to see Jayden Daniels in live action against live opponents. And the narrative is going to be, all right, well, let's wait till the regular season. And then you're going to see it in the regular season, and you're going to be like, all right, well, you know what? Let's just wait until the end of the year. Let's see if he can do this his whole rookie season. And then you're going to be in the playoffs and be like, all right, let's see if he can do it in the playoffs. And then this time next year, we're going to be like, all right, let's see if he can do it for a second year. Folks, it's on the screen. Believe what your eyes are telling you. Jayden Daniels is that dude. And he, along with Dan Quinn, Adam Peters, are changing the narrative for the Washington Commanders, and it's going to start freaking immediately. We told you about CJ Stroud, and we're telling you about Jayden Daniels right here, right now. So, folks, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking a little bit about week 2, day 1 of OTAs for the Washington Commanders. We got a bunch of clips, highlights, all that fun stuff on the screen, hopefully. And, yeah, before we get any further into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Guys, so Brian Robinson, I want to just kind of, give you my take on this. Brian Robinson said that they would be more huddle, more no huddle this year than in years past. And it's just got me licking my chops here. And, their offense in general, Scary Terry, Jahan Dotson, breakout, resurgence, huge year 3. Jahan Dotson's going to have a huge year 3, by the way, with Cliff Kingsbury, Austin Eckler, Brian Robinson Jr., Zach Ertz, Ben Sinnott, the new offensive line. Luke McCaffrey is getting a ton of hype, a ton of praise through OTAs and rookie minicamp and all that fun stuff. I just like the aggressive nature. And Jonathan Allen said earlier today that he feels reinvigorated by the new coaching staff. And this is from via Zach Selby. Allen has been smiling a lot since he first met with Dan Quinn. He said this: I just love the energy that he brought. I just love the vision that he had for this team, and I was excited to get to work. This year is so much different than in years past, just watching the Commanders and OTAs and the offseason narrative and the offseason headlines and all that stuff just in general. But hearing that they're going to go more no huddle, it just, Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury, they got it going on. And Peters, they're just doing what they need to do and what they needed to do. But Jayden Daniels is going to have this offense playing at a whole different level, folks. I'm more in the camp. I'm newer school. I'm 24 years old. I don't necessarily love the adage that defense wins championships anymore. Obviously, you need to have a good defense. You can't have a bad defense. You can't have an average defense. But when your offense is putting up 30-plus points per game, you're hard to stop. You're going to be hard to beat. And I just think Jayden Daniels and this Commanders offense this upcoming season is going to put so many points on the board. And I think they're just going to make so many big-time plays. And yeah, Jayden Daniels is going to make some mistakes, and the defense is going to make some mistakes. And the defense and the team, the roster in general, is still a work in progress. But folks, I'm telling you, they're going to put a bunch of points on the score this upcoming season, and I just cannot wait for it. So moving on down the line here, Mike Sainstrill, absolute freaking beast. Dudu is working rookie minicamp, and now the start of OTAs is, according to NFL Network Steve Weish, getting a lot of favorable reviews playing that slot corner as someone with great ball skills. And as we know, Nick Saban, the former Alabama head coach, considered Sainristil the best pound-for-pound player in the entire NFL draft. He said this: there's a difference between love and love. I love this guy. Nick Saban said about Michigan defensive back Mike Sainristil, raising his voice for the kid that went at number 50 overall to the Washington Commanders. He can make plays, he can tackle, he's tough, fast reactor. I just love the way this guy plays. So as we know, the Washington Commanders roster in general dealt with a lot of turnover, right? Just a ton of turnover, new faces, whether it's veterans like Bobby Wagner, whether it's newcomers like rookie Jayden Daniels. In this case, the defensive back room and the defense in general, they traded away Montez Sweat. They traded away Chase Young. Once again, you picked up some really nice players. Doris Armstrong, Clellan Ferrell, Dante Fowler Jr., Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chin. You picked up a bunch of new pieces, but that defensive back room and the cornerback room specifically, a lot of Commanders fans are worried about. I think Sainer still is a star defensive back in the NFL. This guy, he just makes plays. When you make plays and you're just smart, but when you're on the defense side of things and you're making plays and you're forcing turnovers, you're forcing pass breakups, passes defended, you get the gist. You're going to find the field immediately. But, even being a second round pick, you're going to find the field relatively soon. This is a guy who had 6 interceptions last year. He played in his first 3 years at Michigan as a wide receiver where he was a freaking beast. This past year, he had 44 total tackles. 4 of those were for a loss. He had a sack, 6 interceptions, 6 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles. The dude's just a straight up playmaker. And I just like that Washington, even if it doesn't all come together smoothly on the defensive side of things, or even both sides of the football, I just like that they're acquiring playmakers and they're acquiring game-changing players, because ultimately when you get into the playoffs, these are players that win you football games. These are players that make big plays to help you get to the Super Bowl and ultimately win you a Super Bowl. All right, following up some last touches here from an article from Zach Selby on commanders.com. Veteran tight end Zach Ertz still has hops. After Daniels passed to Dotson, he targeted the tight end near the middle of the field. The ball was a little high, but Ertz leapt in the air and fully extended himself to secure the pass. We also heard some good news about rookie linebacker Jordan McGee, who broke up 2 passes in 3 plays. I really liked him. You snagged him in the 5th round out of Temple. Linebacker last season, 80 total tackles, 14 of those were for a loss, 3.5 sacks, 4 passes defended, a forced fumble. And when we take a look at that linebacker room specifically, you got guys like Frankie Louvu coming on over from Carolina, Bobby Wagner. Obviously, Bobby Wagner, you see him, he's all over my Twitter right now. The dude's just veteran presence. He's a leader. His big dog mentality, it's paying dividends, and it's going to pay out dividends to guys like Jordan, but also Frankie Louvu. I think Frankie Louvu is poised for a breakout season with a new team, a new DC, and paired up with a freaking stud veteran Hall of Fame linebacker like Bobby Wagner. So we're hearing great stuff. I know it is OTAs and we're hyping it up a little bit, but the Commanders and Jayden Daniels specifically is a guy and a team that I am very big on. I am very high on. And it just, we've said it before they even drafted Jayden Daniels. It just reminds me so much of Houston. And now, NFL media has picked up on that narrative, and now that's all you can hear. But we've been saying it for months on this channel. So I appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and give me some thoughts on Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders through a couple of OTA practices. Peace.